SUV gets stuck in reverse with no driver inside. And this is what it looked like on 8 Mile with the SUV doing donuts.
No one understood how happy and accomplished I felt at that moment.
In a world filled with surveillance cameras, moments are often captured without people's knowledge. And yes, it's those moments that people are not aware that they are being watched that bring out their truest gruesome or hilarious nature. We'll be revealing some instances where individuals had no idea they were being filmed. Join us as we explore these 20 unexpected and sometimes entertaining moments caught on camera. Number 20. Wet concrete. I highly advise against consuming narcotics due to the serious consequences that may follow. Let's take a look at a video featuring a regrettable incident where a man, clearly under the influence, confidently walks onto freshly poured cement, as if he's walking on clouds. The workers in charge of the cementing job couldn't believe their eyes when they witnessed this bewildering scene. As the man stomps around and gets stuck in the wet concrete, it becomes evident that he is completely unaware of his surroundings, likely due to the influence of narcotics. In his altered state, he may have fancied himself as a South American Neil Armstrong, leaving behind lasting footprints for future generations. However, this misadventure resulted in nothing more than a tiny stride for him, but it became a massive setback for the unfortunate workers. Now, faced with the daunting task of redoing all the work from the beginning, the impact of the man's actions on the project cannot be overstated. Number 19. Petrol station accident. In the bustling city of Manchun, eastern China, an unforgettable scene unfolded at a petrol station, thanks to the ever-watchful surveillance cameras. In a rush, an inexperienced motorist pulled up to the station to fuel up her white SUV. Without a second thought, she zoomed off without checking if the petrol pump had been properly withdrawn by the station attendant. The consequence of her hasty departure was astonishing. The gasoline dispenser remained attached to her vehicle, causing the worker to stumble and resulting in a comical yet chaotic situation. The motorist did seem to briefly glance at the meter, but she didn't give the attendant a chance to unhook the hose before speeding away. The injured pump attendant was swiftly taken to a nearby hospital for treatment. While it may have appeared that the driver had intended to make a daring escape without paying for the fuel, a subsequent inquiry revealed a surprising truth. She was actually a novice driver, freshly armed with her driver's license, and her lack of expertise and awareness led to the tumultuous spectacle that unfolded that day. In the end, it was a classic case of a rookie driver's mishap, unintentionally sparking a moment of chaos at the petrol station. Number 18. Furious delivery man. Every morning, delivery men from all corners of the world embark on their usual routine, delivering packages along their designated routes. On one fateful morning, unbeknownst to this particular delivery man, it happened to be Halloween, and the decorations outside a specific home seemed oddly out of place. Unperturbed, our determined courier marched on, eager to complete his deliveries promptly. Little did he know that a pumpkin lay in wait under his feet, and before he could react, he tripped over it, tumbling headfirst with packages still clutched in his hands. In an unexpected turn of events, his frustration got the better of him, and he began hurling parcels in a fit of rage, catching everyone around off guard. Not stopping there, he turned his attention to the ornaments, venting his fury on them. However, amidst the chaos, a surprising moment occurs. At one point, he seemed on the verge of stumbling again, but he quickly regains his composure, pausing to contemplate the situation. It's as though he realizes the importance of assessing his surroundings before releasing his anger on those helpless pumpkins. Gradually, the delivery man begins to calm down, coming down from his emotional roller coaster. After a few intense minutes of this dramatic breakdown, a heartwarming twist ensues. He unexpectedly places some money under the scattered presents, showing a touch of charity amid the mayhem he caused. Number 17. Dancing display after getting a job. In the vibrant town of Decatur, Georgia, a young woman named KK emerged from the Spot Sports Bar and Grill, beaming with happiness. She had just aced her job interview at a prestigious institution, securing the position on the same day. Unable to contain her elation, KK decided to celebrate right then and there, right in the parking lot. Instead of waiting to reach her car, she unleashed a spontaneous dance, an explosion of joy that could only be described as indescribable. With powerful and energetic moves, KK's dancing became a reflection of her delight in landing her dream job. After a spirited display, she composed herself with a smile, ready to continue her journey. Unbeknownst to her, a security camera above had captured every detail of her exhilarating celebration. To everyone's surprise, including Takara Spence, the woman who had hired KK, the footage of her dance soon came to light. Takara was so taken by the infectious joy displayed by her newly employed colleague that she couldn't resist sharing it on social media. Little did she know that her post would strike a chord with millions of viewers within days, turning KK's dance into an overnight viral sensation. Number 16, Careless Shopper. It's essential to recognize that for some individuals, staying at home might be the best option. This sentiment particularly resonates with the unfortunate gentleman in the incident that occurred on October 13, 2016. This Englishman visited an appliance store in southern England, blissfully unaware that his innocent trip would swiftly turn into a calamity. As he bent down to examine a television set while browsing the store, disaster struck within moments. To his dismay, his seemingly harmless movement resulted in the destruction of not one, but 2 television sets. And if that wasn't enough, in his shock at realizing his error, he inadvertently ruined 2 more sets in quick succession. The financial consequences of his mishap amounted to approximately 5,500 euros. Remarkably, rather than attempting to hide the incident, the business took a more light-hearted approach. They even found humor in the situation and jokingly commented on social media, "Bad day at the shop. A consumer smashed TV sets valued at 5,500 euros. Ouch!" They didn't shy away from acknowledging the mishap and even shared a video of the incident, obtained from a surveillance camera. In the video, a staff member can be seen visibly overwhelmed by the customer's unfortunate lack of care. Number 15, driverless car. Accidents are a part of everyday life, and some of them can leave us baffled, pondering about their causes. Faulty brakes, worn-out tires, malfunctioning seatbelts, or troublesome accelerators are just a few of the common automotive problems encountered regularly. However, the incident we're about to recount was anything but ordinary. On a bustling street in Detroit, an extraordinary scene unfolded, and a young man happened to capture it on camera. The video showed an SUV spinning in circles and even moving backward, all without anyone in the driver's seat. The owner of the vehicle stood by helplessly and desperate, trying in vain to stop the car's erratic motions. Despite her best efforts, she couldn't unlock the door, leaving her in a state of despair as she chased after her runaway car. Thankfully, a compassionate witness observed the dangerous scenario and sprang into action. Without hesitation, this stranger rushed to help. With determination, he shattered the driver's side window and swiftly entered the vehicle, taking charge of the situation. With quick thinking and steady hands, he managed to bring the chaotic car to a halt, preventing any further harm or damage. Number 14, jewelry thief. In Thailand, a man with sinister intentions concocted a bold plan to rob a jewelry store. Pretending to be a potential customer, he skillfully deceived the salesperson, making them believe he was genuinely interested in buying a piece of jewelry. However, his true motive was to carry out a heist, and he had a determined method in mind. To execute his scheme, the man cleverly requested the jeweler to showcase various products, all the while pretending to be deeply interested. Eventually, he singled out a gleaming gold chain and closely examined it. Seizing the opportune moment, he swiftly snatched the chain and draped it around his neck, pretending to try it on. Taking advantage of the ensuing chaos, he made a mad dash toward the exit, planning to escape with his loot. But much to his shock, his daring escape plan hit an unexpected snag. The exit door was locked. In a state of terror and humiliation, the would-be robber found himself trapped within the store. His ill-conceived strategy had failed miserably, leaving him embarrassed and ensnared in the web of his own making. Soon after, the store's alert brought the police rushing to the scene. Reacting swiftly, they apprehended the failed thief, swiftly putting him in handcuffs. Now, he would have to face the consequences of his reckless and criminal conduct. Number 13. Glass sculpture. Sometimes, innocent activities of children can unexpectedly lead to significant consequences, serving as a vital reminder of the need to instill lessons about caring for delicate objects from a young age. Such an event occurred at the Tomahawk Ridge Community Center in Overland Park, Kansas, in the United States, where a seemingly simple art show turned into a major issue. During the art show, a 5-year-old boy, unknowing of the sculpture's value, got too close to a glass artwork created by artist Bill Lyons. The security camera footage captured the innocent moment when the child touched the fragile sculpture, and to everyone's dismay, it shattered. The parents, realizing their mistake, acted responsibly and provided their contact information to the center's administration, intending to take responsibility for the damage. However, their shock intensified when they received an invoice stating that the sculpture was valued at a staggering $132,000. To add to their distress, the city's insurance company accused them of negligence, and the artist sought financial compensation for the 2 years he had invested in creating the monument, emphasizing its worth in terms of time and effort. Amidst this tense situation, the parents questioned the adequacy of security measures in place and stressed their inability to pay such a colossal amount. They now await the city's decision on the possibility of legal action. Number 12. Hungry Delivery Man. In a regrettable turn of events, a pizza delivery man found himself in a compromising situation while on the job. The unfortunate incident was captured by a security camera placed in the building's elevator, revealing a shocking act of wrongdoing on his part. As he was about to deliver a pizza to a customer, the camera footage showed him succumbing to temptation. In a moment of weakness, he couldn't resist the allure of the pizza's delicious toppings. He indulged himself by taking a few nibbles before hastily sealing the box and placing it back in the delivery bag, attempting to conceal his actions. Whether it was the tantalizing aroma of the pizza or a sudden bout of hypoglycemia that led him astray remains unknown. Nonetheless, his impulsive decision proved to be his downfall. Such actions, of course, carry consequences, and this incident had severe repercussions for the pizza delivery man. Sadly, it marked the end of his career as a delivery worker. Perhaps he was unlucky by nature, or maybe he was simply facing the repercussions of his own choices. Number 11. Slithery surprise. In a police station located in northern Thailand, an unexpected and unwelcome visitor made a grand entrance without anyone noticing. A snake, seizing an opportunity through a wide-open glass entrance, stealthily slithered into the building. As the reptile approached an unsuspecting man who was patiently waiting, he suddenly became aware of the creature's presence and understandably found himself terrified. The snake, seeing its chance to strike, lunged at the man with its fangs poised for action. However, little did the snake know that the man possessed extraordinary skills in dealing with such a situation. With remarkable precision and lightning-fast reflexes, the man executed a series of precise strikes, successfully restraining the venomous beast and preventing any bites. With the snake now immobilized, the man bravely took matters into his own hands, quite literally. He fearlessly grabbed the snake's tail and head, showing great courage and poise in the face of danger. Unsure of what to do next, he sought the advice of a law enforcement official who happened to be present at the police station at that very moment. The police officers were taken aback by the unexpected spectacle unfolding before them. After a moment of consideration, they requested the man to release the snake outside the premises. Demonstrating remarkable composure, the man carefully placed the snake outside the police station, ensuring the safety of both the reptile and the people inside. This extraordinary encounter between the brave man and the daring snake was captured on camera and has since become a viral sensation. The remarkable display of courage and quick thinking has garnered over 30 million views on YouTube, captivating audiences worldwide. Number 10. Offloading packages. Loading and unloading items from a truck may seem like a routine task, but it's not always as simple as it appears, even for experienced professionals. A momentary lack of tact, a wrong move, or a careless oversight can lead to unpleasant surprises. In one particular instance, a worker had an experience he could never have imagined. As he was unloading a box from the truck using a pallet jack, something went terribly wrong. As he approached the edge of the truck, he continued to push the jack, unaware that the weight was no longer properly secured. Suddenly, the entire cargo tipped off the truck all at once, sending the worker soaring through the air like a bird taking flight. The unfortunate worker crashed and landed face down on the ground after this rapid and unexpected flying excursion. Despite the initial shock and confusion, he managed to pick himself up, though he felt a bit disoriented. One can only imagine the mix of emotions he must have felt at that moment: anger, disbelief, and bewilderment. Number 9. Petoskey's Batman. In September 2012, a man in Maryland gained attention after being caught on camera dressed as Batman and interfering with police officials. This individual, who became known as Petoskey's Batman, was identified as Mark Wayne Williams, a computer expert with a genuine fascination for the comic book character. Williams roamed around town in a sports car adorned with the iconic Batman insignia on its license plate. However, his actions came under scrutiny when he refused to cooperate with authorities investigating a hit-and-run incident. The self-proclaimed vigilante argued that he was simply looking out for the residents and claimed that he never pretended to be a police officer. In an interview with a local newspaper, Williams revealed that he had been assuming the role of Batman for quite some time. He and his girlfriend, Brittany Scott, who dressed as Batgirl, would venture downtown on foot and in their car every Friday and Saturday from 10 p.m. until 3 a.m. Unfortunately for Williams, this was not his first encounter with the law. Prior to this incident, he had been arrested for similar allegations of a man dressed as Batman being spotted on a rooftop. After pleading guilty, he received a 6-month probationary term that included a ban on wearing the Batman disguise. Number 8. Elevator mirror. In a video, a visibly tired man is seen walking home from the shop, struggling to carry food bags in his hands. Considering the option of taking the lift instead of climbing the stairs to his 4th-floor apartment due to exhaustion, he enters the lift shaft. To his surprise, he notices an iron bar wedged between the mirror and the wall, preventing him from pressing the floor button. In an attempt to make it easier for himself, the man decides to remove the bar, hoping to gain access to the buttons. Unfortunately, as soon as he removes the bar, the mirror held in place by it shatters into countless pieces. What the man was unaware of was that just moments before his arrival, 2 young men had been playfully boxing with their reflections in the mirror, using the iron bar to stabilize it. The consequences were severe for the unsuspecting man. The collapsing mirror caused him to suffer significant injuries, including damage to his skull and limbs due to the sharp shards of glass. The incident served as a harsh lesson, leading him to abandon his plan of using the lift entirely. Number 7. UPS delivery. Being a delivery driver is undoubtedly a challenging job, as they often encounter unusual scenarios and have to brave various elements, such as rain, wind, snow, and more. Regardless of the weather, these drivers must adhere to strict delivery schedules and ensure that items arrive safely and intact. While it is generally preferable to postpone deliveries during hazardous conditions, some employees go above and beyond to fulfill their tasks at any cost, as demonstrated by a remarkable surveillance video of a UPS driver. In the video, the UPS driver shows unwavering dedication to delivering a package across an icy alley. As the recipient opens his garage door and instructs the driver to leave the item on the driveway, the driver takes it upon himself to personally deliver the box to the recipient's door. Undeterred by the difficult ice-covered path, he perseveres, even though he stumbles and falls along the way. His commitment and determination remain steadfast, leaving a lasting impression on the recipient. The customer greatly admires the driver's tenacity, and even though he clearly faced setbacks during his journey, his actions resonate deeply with those who witness his efforts. Number 6. Greedy thief. In this astounding shoplifting attempt, we witness a daring and cunning woman executing her plan with remarkable precision. At first glance, she appears like any regular client entering a booze shop, casually strolling through the various departments. But as the security camera captures her every move, we begin to see the true extent of her audacious scheme. With a calculated demeanor, she skillfully grabs bottles one after another, seemingly unfazed by the potential consequences. Moments of doubt flicker across her face as she contemplates adding specific bottles to her growing collection. However, as the camera footage is closely examined, it becomes evident that she is not acting alone. A secret accomplice lurks nearby, surreptitiously delivering bottles to her as her bag fills up. In a display of boldness and cunning, she quickly conceals the pilfered bottles under her trousers and even tucks some beneath her blouse. Astonishingly, she manages to steal a total of 18 bottles from the store without drawing undue suspicion. To further mask her illicit activities, she goes to the register and pays for a single bottle, cleverly posing as a regular customer. With her loot secured and her composure intact, she boldly departs from the store, seemingly unconcerned by the audacity of her actions. As the video unfolds, a triumphant smile graces her face, revealing her satisfaction with the success of her heist. Now it's time for today's subscriber pick. Hey, fellow detectives of the internet! Buckle up for a thrilling sight captured by the all-seeing surveillance camera. Here we have a lady, right there in a store, not fully dressed. Now, hold your shopping carts. What's she up to? Could she be mastering the no-clothes shopping challenge with absolute finesse? Or is this a daring shoplifter with a fashion-forward approach? Who needs clothes when you've got a stealthy mission, right? Anyways, this investigation needs your expertise. Dive into the comments and let us know what you make of this image. We can't wait to hear your thoughts and theories. Number 5. Petrol pump thieves. In Chile, one man demonstrated a highly innovative technique to discourage burglars when facing an attempted automobile theft. This intriguing event was captured on security cameras at a petrol station. In the video, a man is seen in the process of refueling his vehicle when 3 others suddenly emerge from a van, clearly intending to steal his car. Faced with this dangerous scenario, the quick-thinking automobile owner instantly grabs the petrol nozzle he was holding and splashes at least 3 of the robbers in the face. Overwhelmed by the surprise shower of petrol, the would-be thieves hastily retreat, making their escape in the same van they arrived in. Following this unusual robbery attempt, media outlets reported that the van used by the burglars was also stolen. The authorities, responsible for investigating the case against the would-be thieves, acknowledged the car owner's instinctive reaction to defend his property. However, they cautioned that the move was ill-advised due to potential consequences. Authorities stressed that the repercussions of such an action could have been disastrous, as one of the individuals might have been smoking, creating a serious risk of ignition and subsequent explosion. While the car owner's creative tactic managed to thwart the burglary attempt, it also highlighted the importance of considering potential hazards and risks when dealing with criminals. Number 4. Oil spill. In Iran, a man approaches an ATM with the intention of withdrawing money. However, his attention is immediately diverted as a large jet of oil erupts from a nearby manhole. Confusion washes over him as he tries to make sense of why a flood of oil is gushing from the sewers. The spill transforms into a wide pool of black, viscous liquid, instilling fear in the man and causing him to hesitate between leaving the ATM and retrieving his card and money. Despite his nervousness, the man finds the strength to stay put after much internal debate. He anxiously awaits the completion of the transaction, not wanting to leave too soon in fear that the oil puddle might escalate into a massive wave, devouring everything in its path. Following the incident, local authorities promptly respond and assign a team of professionals to the location. Their primary objective is to examine the situation and initiate the necessary cleanup procedure. Dealing with an oil spill in an urban setting presents unique challenges, and the authorities work diligently to ensure the safety of the area and prevent further environmental damage. Number 3. Furious woman. In this video, we witness a disturbing incident where a young woman recklessly collides with another car while attempting to leave a parking lot. Instead of accepting responsibility for her actions, she chooses to escape in reverse, avoiding any acknowledgement of the harm she caused. This situation could have easily been prevented if the driver had simply checked her mirrors, a basic move that should be second nature for any responsible driver. However, The young woman's dishonest behavior and attempt to evade accountability have consequences. Understandably, the other driver involved is irritated by the woman's lack of honesty and decides to take matters into their own hands. They choose to obstruct her route, even if it means risking further harm or complications. Fortunately, the confrontation does not escalate into a direct physical or verbal confrontation. Nevertheless, the woman's actions have not gone unnoticed. Her license plate is clearly recorded on video, leaving little doubt about her identity. It is only a matter of time before her deeds catch up to her. Authorities will likely show up at her residence to question her about her irresponsible driving and hold her accountable for the damage caused. Number 2. Pest problems. Dealing with pests like rodents, insects, and moles in one's home can be a significant annoyance. In an attempt to combat a molehill infestation, one individual thought he had found the ultimate weapon against moles, but it turned out to be disastrous. Caught on CCTV at his home, the man was seen flinging lit matches all over his grass, which he had earlier drenched with petrol to eliminate the molehill. Unfortunately, he seemed to have been too generous with the fuel, leading to a calamitous turn of events. The grass suddenly burst into a massive explosion, propelling the man into the air and leaving a large crater in its wake. This unexpected explosion laid the groundwork for a potential future swimming pool, as the crater created a significant void in the middle of his law. Although the man appeared surprised by the catastrophic outcome, he mentioned that his father had instilled this explosive notion in him, as he had previously used a similar method to eradicate moles and troublesome anthills in his own garden. Despite this haunting experience, the man concluded that the explosion had achieved its goal by resolving the mole problem. Number 1. A clever dog. In the yard of a luxury villa, a small boy and his sister were engrossed in a fun game of ball while their devoted dog watched over them with a kind and watchful gaze. However, a potentially disastrous event unfolded when the young boy failed to catch the ball, causing it to drop into the deep garden fountain. Concerned for her brother's safety, the sister sought help from their parents, but the adventurous youngster decided to take matters into his own hands and retrieve the ball himself, oblivious to the possible risks of the deep pond. Recognizing the danger the boy was in, the dog sprang into action, rising from its position to grab hold of the boy's garments and dissuade him from his ambitious idea. With gentle determination, the faithful animal guided the boy away from the edge of the fountain. In a quick and resourceful move, the dog found a large net nearby and carefully scooped out the ball from the water, returning it to the relieved child. Unbeknownst to the child, a potential disaster had been averted by the remarkable actions and protective instincts of the faithful dog. The surveillance camera installed in their garden captured the entire heartwarming episode, showcasing the bond between the child and their loyal companion. And that concludes our compilation of times people didn't know they were being filmed. Which of these moments was your favorite? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Kindly like this video and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.